Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're going to look at fractions, and the WP is word problems. Okay, so we got three examples here. So I'm going to read the question first, and I'll try to read it slowly because I know it's different than when you're actually reading it on the screen, and then sort of write out how I would write it out, and then we'll solve the problem together. Okay, so this first question says, 1/3 of the clients are male. Of the males, 1/5 have a premium membership. So it's like, to some sort of online service. What fraction are both male and premium members? Okay, so we write this out, right? And this is how I would do it. You write out, okay, so we got 1/3 are male. And let's put that as M, yeah? Okay, what else did they tell us? 1/3 of the clients are male, and 1/5 are premium. Okay, that's all the information that we have. And they want to know how many of the clients, like what fraction, are both male and premium. So when it's an and question like this, then we just multiply these together. 1/3 is 1/5. And then we get 3 times 5 is 15. So in this case, where 1/3 are male and 1/5 are premium, 1/15 of the clients are both male and premium members. Okay, so it's also possible they could even throw one more thing at us rather than asking for the fraction. Is they could say in the original question, right, 1/3 male, 1/5 premium, and say they said, and there's 150 total members. Okay, 150 total, including male and female, and then they asked us how many, in terms of number rather than a fraction, are both male and premium. And so if they did that, if they want to know a total number, then we would find our fraction like we did, 1/15, and then just multiply it by that 150. Okay, over 1, so that gives us 150 divided by 15, and 115 divided by 15 is 10. Okay, so that would mean that there were 10, in this case where there were 150 total members, that there would be 10 males, 10 people who were both male and had the premium membership. Okay, so that's the first one. Right, but we're just, when it's an and question, right? So I have like two qualities, and they want to know what's the likelihood of something happening. And means multiply them together. Okay. Hopefully that one wasn't too bad. Okay, so here's a second one. This one was a tiny bit longer to read. So let's go for it. Okay, so you have a half acre used to plant corn. Okay, 1/4 of what remains is used to plant wheat. The rest is used to plant tomatoes. What fraction of the field is used to plant tomatoes? Okay, so with something like this, I would definitely draw it out. Like that's easier for me. So I don't know if you guys feel the same way or not, but I would just sort of draw out like this field that they have here. Okay, so they said that half of the acre is used for corn. So we're going to call that C right here, right? And then it said 1/4 of what remains, and that's important, right? 1/4 of what remains. They didn't say 1/4 of the total. They said 1/4 of what remains. So 1/4 of what remains would be like that. Okay, that's approximately 1/4 of what remains there is for wheat. Okay, so we'll put a W there. Okay, so if this is 1/4, that would mean all of this area right here would be 3/4 of what remains, right? And so they said the rest is used to plant tomatoes. Okay, so tomatoes are right here, yeah? And they want to know how much is that, okay? So we know that this was 3/4 of what remains, right? So we'll start off with that. Equals 3/4 of what remains. And we also know that because this corn right here was 1/2 acre, then this area up top was also 1/2 acre, right? So then we're just going to, again, we're combining two things. That means multiply. And that means that this is 3/8 of an acre for tomatoes. Okay, and that's really all that's left to do, right? And that's our answer. Okay, so one more. So again, sometimes if it's possible, I think drawing things out, if it's like especially like something like that with an acre of land or some amount of land like that, is not a bad idea to just go ahead and draw it out. Okay. Last one is a taxi ride. Okay, so they say it's $2 for the first mile and 15 cents for each 1/8 of a mile after that. It's a 7-mile trip. Okay, so F is going to be first mile. So the first mile is 2. Okay, and then we know that, okay, so it's 15 cents for every 1/8 of a mile. So then we need to multiply it by 8 to figure out how much that is going to cost for a whole mile. Okay, and if we go ahead and multiply that out, 15 cents times 8, go away, is $1.20. Okay, so that's every additional mile after the first mile. Okay, so they said the whole trip was going to be 7 miles. Okay, so we're going to do, we have the $2 at first, right? Plus every mile is another $1.20 times 6, right? Because we have 6 more miles to go after the addition, after that first mile. Okay, and then we gotta multiply that out. So that 6 times 120 is 720, and plus that 2 gives us a total of $9.20 for the 7-mile trip. Okay, so that's word problems with fractions. Hopefully it helped you out.